Welcome to the Doing Good program, where we give you your regular dose of goodness, and we feature inspiring people, business owners, and basically everyone who's on your journey to do good for the world. I'm Karina, and this is Ishara Fernando, and she's our Global Impact Manager from Doing Good Rewards. She empowers businesses through shared experience. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Karina. Very excited to be here.
And today we're going to talk about your Thai bike ride, 500 kilometers through Thailand.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you tell us more about this cause you're going for, how it's organized by Hands Across the Water, how Doing Good Rewards is also involved?
Yeah, beautiful. So I work for Doing Good Rewards. We're a social impact business that's all about empowering businesses to power positive change in the world. So we connect business owners and social causes. One of the social causes is a charity based in Thailand called Hands Across the Water. So Hands Across the Water was founded in 2004, just following that Boxing Day tsunami that wiped out over 200,000 lives across Indonesia, Thailand and Sri Lanka and the Indian Ocean. So following that, our director at Doing Good Rewards, Peter Baines, he started Hands Across the Water. He's the founder. Due to the devastation that he saw at that Boxing Day tsunami, he saw a number of children that were left homeless and were orphaned because of that disaster. And it's coming up to 15 years this December 26th, Boxing Day again. So he founded the Hands Across the Water initially just to provide some shelter, some food for these children in need, and later for education. So it started with a children's home on Khao Lak, in the little skinny part of Thailand, close to where the tsunami destructed a number of lives and homes in that area. And it's grown over the last 15 years to 7 homes, including homes up north, closer to the Lao border, and throughout the country down south as well. And a number of these children, they may have grown up since, the Boxing Day tsunami. Yep. However, there are a number of children that, due to terrible circumstances, they may have been infected with HIV. There's a number of sex workers and prostitutes as well in Thailand, and this terrible disease is passed on to children, and they're born into this life.
Yeah.
And unfortunately in Thailand, a lot of these children are ostracized, and so they're often shunned or taken away from the family, and so they need somewhere to go to be safe.
Yes.
We also have a number of children in Thailand who are differently abled along the autism spectrum as well, and they're also often ostracized from their families. So Hands Across the Water is not trying to create a business out of orphanages, but it's really trying to create a life of choice for these children who are otherwise shunned or abandoned or ostracized. So this life of choice, rather than of chance being on the streets, is something that looks like children having somewhere to live, food every day, having access to education. And Hands is very excited to say that they are also, they've had 47 children that have now gone on to university.
Wow.
Which is amazing over the last 15 years. So it's created that opportunity for them to excel in their life and to live the life of their dreams. And it's very exciting that they are now offering some training opportunities, for example, hospitality or coding. So this is a life that's so much better because of the work that Hands does.
And how does the fundraising bike ride fit into building up for this cause?
Yeah, beautiful. So, charities, there's over 50,000 charities in Australia, and 1 in 6 charities close every year due to a lack of funding. And so Hands, over the last 15 years, has raised over $20 million through a very innovative way of getting people to really connect and have a deep and meaningful experience in seeing the impact firsthand.
And that is called the shared experience.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a shared experience because you're sharing it with other people and you're sharing it with the beneficiaries that you've been helping as well. It's different to volunteerism because you're not going in and taking the jobs of locals. And there's a lot of safety of the children and protection that goes with it as well. However, what we do is these bike rides that started up. It started with the first one with Peter Baines and a few people taking on this big challenge. And each bike rider, when they choose to ride in Thailand, they must not only fund their own trip, but also fundraise 5,000 Australian dollars to be able to have the privilege of experiencing Thailand in this very unique way. So these shared experiences are all about a very unique type of travel through another country, building relationships with your fellow riders. There's nothing like like, you know, a hot, sweaty day where you're at your limit.
Humid.
Very sweaty, very hot. And you need to help each other stretch, or you need to help each other push through the pain and push through the challenge to really build a relationship. We say that it really expedites a relationship from meeting your business colleague or partner once a month or once every 2 weeks in a business meeting room to being on a bike in Thailand. It really expedites it from 6 months down to this 5-day bike ride.
Yeah, and this also this hugely benefits business owners, as you said. It forges such strong, meaningful, impactful relationships with each other after just from this 1 week of a very intense kind of experience.
That's right. Yeah. Wow. So it really helps businesses, and what we're finding is, you know, it's not just about, you know, should I just donate the money that I'm going to spend on that travel, or is it best to actually go and see it firsthand and experience it? And what Peter Baines has found is, you know, he's had people come back over and over again. Something like 70 to 80% of the riders that take on these hands across the water rides are return riders. They're not doing it once, they're putting their body through it twice, 3 to 4 times. And next year we'll have one of our directors as well doing it for a 3rd and a 4th time.
And it brings back to you, because you're going to go on it the 2nd time.
Yes.
Yeah, and you went on it in March this year, and the 2nd time, which is April in 2020.
Yeah.
You know, can you share some of the experiences that you've been through? Because you know, it's not, as I said, it's not easy. It's riding through 30 degrees plus humidity, and it's like 500 kilometers in like 5 to 8 days, you know, whichever it is. You know, you must have been through a whole lot of ups and downs, and, you know, discovered the limits of yourself, or shall I say, push through the limits, you know, of what you were capable of doing or not in the beginning.
That's right. I'm not a person that takes on a lot of long endurance type of experiences and challenges. You know, a 5K fun run might be enough for me. So taking on a 500 kilometer bike ride for someone who doesn't own a bike, has no cycling gear. You know, I didn't know that the shorts were called Nicks or Knicks, and I still don't quite know the, you know, the material and the lingo around this cycling profession. And there were lots of things to be found. For example, you know, you need to wear nappy rash cream to avoid chafing.
Oh yes,
and you know, the lingo of how you support other riders that are riding behind you. You know, what hand signals are used. All these things are really fun to learn.
There's a science to the riding. There's the drafting and the
using the gears, learning how to use the bike properly, so you're not using your legs as much. There's a lot of learning, which is kind of exciting. It was a good fitness challenge. But really, you know, going into the bike ride that I did in March in the northern part of Thailand, I really wasn't prepared. I hadn't ridden. I came on board at the last minute, and I took up the opportunity and said, I'm going to give it a go and give it a try. Most riders are given some time if they've committed to it a few months before.
You were like, go straight right into it.
Yes, that's right. So we've got a training guide, and we have 3 or 4 months of working your way up to some longer rides, just practicing sitting in the seat. You know, so I think it's a big mindset challenge, really, to say, I'm going to do this. A lot of people say, how do I do such a long ride? I don't think I can do it. And, you know, I can say firsthand that I didn't think I could do it. I hadn't, you know, all the excuses in the world, but Peter Baines talks about producing results and not excuses.
No excuses,
And we had a very strong reason to be there, and each of the riders has provided a card to motivate us along the way. And this is Kongkang, a 2-year-old in the children's home Hug, up in the northern part of Thailand. And when we finished our 5 days, we actually got to meet the children that our funds were sponsoring. So it was really incredible to spend that time. And I know a number of us riders still hold on to, you know, our images of the children that represents how we're helping Thailand.
So before you actually embarked on the ride and after, how have you changed from before Ishara and the after Ishara?
The after Ishara, okay.
Before and after bike ride Ishara.
I have now bought a bike, so that's one thing. I found a second-hand bicycle. I think, you know, it's opened my mind to getting outdoors and enjoying nature and doing a different type of exercise, which is great. And I've always been a team kind of person, and I always thought bike riding and marathons are so much about your own personal best. But, you know, this bike ride showed me that you can challenge your own personal best, your own mindset, but amongst a group situation. You know, we always hear the saying, you know, a group of like-minded people can create so much more goodness in the world than on their own. And that's a true testament to what this bike ride is all about. We support each other. the experienced riders were there at the back with me, helping me out, which made me feel so grateful and super supported to get through it.
Yes, there was a video that you were showing me earlier before we started the show, of you achieving that 25-kilometer milestone.
Yeah.
Can we watch it again?
Yeah, sure. So this was on day 2 for me. It was quite a raw moment, and I shared this with my community online as well, just because it was, just shows the rawness and the vulnerability and the challenge that you're really setting yourself out to achieve.
Hi, I just finished a 25-kilometer ride, up to 20 kilometers this morning, and about 70 or 80 yesterday as well. I've never ridden more than 15 kilometers in my life. I almost called it and jumped into the support vehicle after about 20 kilometers. That last 5 was bloody hard. It is hot, the sun is out, but it is beautiful. These are all of our bikes riding together. Some are riding at 30 kilometers an hour, some are riding in front of me to draft, to help me with the draft. Peter Baines came back, he rode all the way back just to see us, put his arm in the middle of my back, his hand, and rode with me, made me go faster, and at the end he gave me a massive push, and that made me fly so fast, and I got through it. I got 25 kilometers in one leg. So I've ridden now, it's about 120 kilometers in 2 days without training. I jumped on this trip a week ago, so I'm so proud of myself, and the support crew here is just so amazing. Thanks for your support.
I can literally watch that video 1,000 times over, because especially that part when you talk about Peter Baines coming to give you that push.
Yeah.
Is he always there? Is he always on the rides with different groups of people?
He does. He tries to. He rides, the 800-kilometer ride, and he does that back to back in January. So he's riding 1,600 kilometers in a fortnight. He's learned the skill as well. He hadn't done long distance rides before. He set up this bike ride for Thailand. That he's doing it as well, and having a good chat with him and with the others, you're building that relationship as you go. I was very out of breath, mind you, when I was riding next to people.
It would be natural for you to be out of breath.
Yeah. But it was so, that was the high, the high moment of my 5-day experience there, when he came and he rides to the end, and that we're at the next break. We have breaks every 20-25 kilometers. And when he rides back again, that he's gotten to the end, and he's come back
to slingshot back.
To help the last riders. Wow. And he came and he said, "Let's go, Ish," and he put his arm in the middle of my back and rode with me, and was riding side by side. And that last push, I felt like I was flying. It was so faster than I had ridden to date with my own legs. And that was just incredible. That was such a big moment for me. And that was the raw emotion at the end of that 25-kilometer leg. Yeah. And I think that's something that really helps with this kind of long challenge, is that we chunk things down. We have this big goal of 500 kilometers in 5 days, but we break it down. Every day we look at, okay, what does today look like? Where are we riding? Yep. And then we have the map for the first leg, and we say, okay, the first leg is 19.6 kilometers. The leg after that is 24 kilometers. And then we have a lunch break. We have beautiful Thai food on the street in different restaurants. And then, it's really chunked down, and 500 kilometers becomes 1 day or 120-kilometer leg. And we have a break, and our support crew are amazing, that they set up at the break stop, ice and water and cut up pineapple and watermelon to keep us going. Very cool in tropical fruits. And it's the same, you apply that same concept to your business and to your life. You have big visions and big ambitions, but you chunk it down to smaller wins.
Small chunks,
And the same goes with the fundraising. $5,000 sounds like a lot of money to raise, but we break that down in the sense of, how can I use business sponsorships? How could I use a raffle prize or a trip to Thailand? How could I run an event to share my skill set in finance or in personal training, run an event to leverage that skill, and people come and they donate to my great cause? And we see, leveraging this fundraising as building leadership skills, building event organizing skills, being able to ask for help and sell something, being passionate and talking about a cause. as well as building your community. And that's what we do here at Doing Good Rewards. It's all about tribe building and building your business growth through an experience like this.
So it's shared experience through Doing Good Rewards. It's basically like an umbrella of these tremendous benefits that will give you as an individual when you've achieved that bike ride of 500 kilometers, 800 kilometers, whatever that may be. It could be just 20 kilometers to begin with, and then you, as you mentioned, you learn how to build your tribe. You learn how to event management skills and try to get people together for your fundraising event. It's just really amazing, this shared experience. So I think I should actually get on the bike ride.
Yes,
maybe not next year, but the year after that.
Sure.
For those who've not actually been on the ride before and they're like, oh, how am I gonna raise funds? I can do events, I can do info sessions and all that. How do they actually get started? Because getting started, the inertia is the most difficult part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think a couple of things to start with is saying, yes, I'm committed to doing this. Mm-hmm. And once you're all in, then it's easier to tell people that what you're doing, So taking that leadership position to say, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm saying yes to this ride and yes to this challenge, and I'm going to try and get it done and have that, set that good intention. That's probably step one, that commitment. And then step two, I'd say, is really knowing your why. Why are you doing this ride? And having that clarity of purpose. Because when your resolve is tested and there's a day where you feel like, can I do this? Can I spend time away? Can I afford this? Can I really get to $5,000? When your resolve is tested and your doubts set in, you know that clarity of that purpose and that why will keep you going.
Yeah, true. And for you, if I want to help you fundraise for your bike ride in April, what are the 3 ways that I can help you fundraise?
Beautiful. Okay, so for me, I'm on my challenge to hit $5,000 in the next 4 months. What I would love to see is someone else stepping up to this challenge and coming along on the ride with me. We can ride together and chat this through.
And maybe this time you will be the one pushing them.
Oh, maybe, possibly. We'll see how we go. We're going to be next year on the southern coast of Thailand, actually visiting one of the first homes that was opened after the tsunami.
Right.
And being 15 years since this Boxing Day tsunami, it will be, for me, I'm very excited and looking forward to seeing that sentimental value of these homes and the children that were impacted, to see it firsthand and to get that full story of the Hands Across the Water story. So I'm really excited. I would love for people to join us on this bike ride. We have about 20 riders so far. So a great bunch of people that are committed to this cause and are also doing this with a bit of uncertainty.
Which is usually the fun part.
Yes, yes, and supporting one another. We support each other with how we might go about achieving this massive target. We do some practice rides together. We go out for dinners together. So it
You're really building a relationship even before the ride.
Yes, we are. It's not just at the airport and along the way. It's leading up to it as well, which is really strong, and the relationships that you build. We've had one banker who wrote $3 million of consumer lending having been on this ride. And people learnt to trust him and see that he was a genuine person, and the relationships that formed, that he was the person they would call up. So there's an opportunity here for businesses to really grow relationships and that referral mechanism between businesses. So consider the ride, 6th to the 12th of April 2020. We're going to fly into Bangkok and then out of Phuket.
Wow.
So very exciting. That's probably the first way I'd suggest to get involved.
Yep.
The second way would be to check out the link that we'll post that goes to my fundraising page, and you can read a little bit more about my why, about why I'm doing this, and help me get towards my $5,000 target. It is a 100% tax deductible donation. Hands have an Australian registered charity here in Australia, and therefore you can reduce your income tax come tax time next year. And another great thing about Hands Across the Water is that all of the donations, 100% of that donation is used for the kids in Thailand. Now that's untypical of a charity. There are website costs, admin costs, marketing costs, so that's standard for charity. But Hands Across the Water, the charity, has set up Hands Group, a company or social enterprise on the side, to subsidise or offset those administrative costs for the charity. So that your donation is well spent on the children over there. I think the third way you can help is something very exciting. I've got a collaboration with a small business owner to sell some great products for a good cause. And this is called Lady Bold Activewear, which is a luxury hand-designed small business here in Melbourne by our very own Karina Foo.
Oh, really?
Yes, so the two of us. So the two of us have decided, well, you know, she's been growing her business and she thought, you know, I mean, why are you doing this? I should ask you.
Wow, why am I doing it? No, you're interviewing me?
Yes.
Well, I started this business 5 years ago, and you know, fitness, sportswear, designing, and art has always been my passion. So I just put everything together, and yeah, I just hand drew and colored all my designs on athletic wear, something that you can wear. You know, you feel unique, you feel powerful, you feel strong, and you'll naturally get attention whether you like it or not. Like if Ishara just turns around now and just gives you a little fashion shot this way. You turn around, yeah. There you go. So every design tells a story. Every design is bold, it's funky, and it's edgy.
Yes.
And you know, I was just talking to Ishara the other day. I said, look, every sale that I make, 20% will go to your fundraising.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
so-
you so much for
Oh, no
doing that
worries.
for the Children for Thailand.
That's the least I could
And
do.
I feel really passionate about this because, you know, it's fitness and it makes you feel good. When you look good and feel good, you can do more good. And I think I feel really good when I wear your active wear
thanks.
because I know it's 20% is going to a good cause as well. And as well as that, there's another element of doing good in this is that the polyester is recycled and the bamboo tank tops are made out of bamboo, a very sustainable material.
And it's very comfy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
just saying that because, you know.
No,
but
it is very comfortable. I'm wearing it in the office. You know, it's great. So yeah, that's ladybold.com and 20% of that goes towards my fundraising for Thailand. So get on that as well.
Thank you so much. So 3 ways that you can get involved. One is to just join the ride. Just don't think and join. Second is to just donate to Ishara's fundraising. And the third is to buy yourself a pair of crazy looking, edgy athletic wear designed by moi. And 20% will go to a fundraising. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. This has been a Doing Good program. I'm Karina and this is Ishara. And we want to wish her the very best in her bike ride in April 2020. And we'll wish you too if you're coming along. Thanks for watching.